Yeah, welcome back to another episode of the Format Podcast Live. And welcome back to my co-host, Transformer. What's good, man? Welcome back. Good to see you, brother.
Hey, man, Cancun on 3. I had to go out there and visit, have a good time.
I'm sure
glad
you did.
To be back, bro. Missed you, man. I missed you all, man. I missed you all.
No doubt.
How you been, brother?
I've been all right, man. I'm maintaining. You know how I do, man.
Easy day.
Easy day. Just trying to make it happen, man. Yeah, so obviously you see why we're live, man. If you're watching, you know why we're live. You saw the thumbnail, you saw the title, you see the rundown. Man, we are going to talk some Shedeur Sanders in the context of the NFL draft, and we're going to ask the questions, what's going on? We're going to hear some sound from some different people, and we're going to talk about it, y'all. So before we do that, you know what time it is. If you're watching here on YouTube, make sure you go ahead, click that subscribe, that like, that notification bell. Make sure you're kept aware anytime we drop new content on the channel. If you want the audio-only version of the podcast, open up your audio podcast platform, hit the search bar, type in The Format Podcast, and we should come right up. If you enjoy the content as you listen, make sure you give us a like, a 5-star review, and drop a comment. All that stuff helps us rise in the algorithm, helps us find more sports fans, helps more sports fans find us. And write it down, put it in your phones, make a note of it. The Format Podcast is live Sunday mornings at 10 a.m. Eastern. And finally, if you're really and truly enjoying the podcast and you want to help the show continue to grow, make sure you go ahead, click that join button, join the channel. We're going to have some exclusive content just for you. Yes. Steve, man, listen, Benjamin Morrison fell into a great place. I was there, and we're gonna get to Shadur in a second, but just for Steve, I think this is a great fit for Ben Morrison. I was telling Transform before we got on, if he can stay healthy, the guys he is gonna have to go against in practice every day, iron sharpens iron, man. You know, Mike Evans, Chris Godwin, Jalen McMillan, now Emeka Egbuka, he's gonna be covering all types of those guys, you know, in practice, and that's just going to make him better come game day. So that is a fantastic opportunity for Benjamin Morrison, providing he can stay healthy. I love it, Steve. I love it.
I don't. He was right there, and I'm over here. I'm texting my boys like, "Yo, Ben Morrison's right there, man. Let's go ahead and get him." I didn't see Tampa getting a corner at the time. I'm like, "Oh man, let's get Ben Morrison."
Yeah.
With the pick, Tampa Bay selects Ben Morrison. I'm like, you son of
University of Notre Dame.
I was so mad, dog. I was so mad. I was ready to turn the draft off. I'm not gonna lie to you. I was ready to turn it off. I'm like, so y'all pissing me off already. Y'all doing me dirty.
Hey man, what can we say?
Yeah. Then we could have got Xavier Watt, but we'll talk about that tomorrow, man. Don't get me started on my team, man. That tomorrow.
Edward, good morning, my brother. Good morning. Shout out Chief Sid Bubba. Good morning, Chief.
How are you?
Shout out to them boys from Annapolis. Anchors away.
Anchors away, my boys. Anchors away. I'm chilling out right there. Appreciate you, Bruce. Appreciate you holding the proper salute.
Absolutely. Hey, man. Hey, one thing we soldiers could do, we can salute, man. Anything else, we know how to do a proper salute.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Fingers extended and joined. All right, y'all. Let's get to it, man. Let's get to it. So I wasn't even planning on doing this live this morning, y'all. Full transparency. I had actually cut some clips and stuff. We were going to talk about this as a topic on tomorrow morning's show. Transformer calls me. He never calls me. He always texts me. He calls me this morning. He said, "What you doing?" I said, "Man, I'm sitting with the fam, chilling, watching some TV, man." He's like,
"Nah,
we need to do this show, man. Shadur, we need to do this." I said, "Well, I had a taste. We need to do it." I said, "Let's go. Give me 20 minutes. Let me make a thumbnail and an overlay. Let's go, brother." So here we are. So shout out to Transformer for getting it cracking on Saturday morning.
Hey, man, I'm back. I'm back, man. Mr. Personality is back. Okay,
that's it.
Steve has been saying outlandish things in the comments, screaming for the Twizzler to be here. The Twizzler's here, Steve. Steve, I'm here for you, bro.
Yes, it is.
Here for you, all right?
Oh, man. Landon Price, what's going on? I don't think I know you, man. Hit the like and subscribe, man. Thank you for stopping in. I appreciate that. Same with you and Mark Martin. If you haven't been here before, hit the like and subscribe. Tons of content on the channel. I hope that you guys will enjoy. But let's get right to it, man. Transformer, go ahead. Kick us off with this.
All right.
You got a lot of thoughts.
I've been sitting watching this draft the last 2 days.
Yes.
Good draft, by the way.
Well, so far, solid. Yeah.
Yeah. So yeah, good. I ain't say great. Good. Good is one of almost like past mediocrity, right? Mm-hmm. But the topic of conversation is what's been, really grinding my gears. If you watch Family Guy and know Peter Griffin, right?
What really grinds my gears?
What really grinds my gears up there in Connecticut? No, Massachusetts. My bad. Massachusetts. Rhode Island. Wherever
the hell they are. Rhode Island.
Some it's in Massachusetts for sure.
Yes. But good.
Shedeur Sanders.
Yes.
A top 5 prospect by the time the collegiate season ended for the year 2025. Top 5 prospect. Not QB1, not QB2, at least top 5 out of the first 5 players in the NFL draft. Shedeur Sanders was the prospect of one of those. Shedeur is not even the top 5 quarterback off the board right now.
Right. That's crazy.
He's potentially the 6th if he gets drafted in the next hour and 22 minutes, as the 4th round will begin at 12 o'clock Eastern time. Shedeur Sanders, primetime Deion Sanders, baby boy. 2 years at Jackson State, put up unbelievable numbers. HBCU, put them on the map. Did really great for that program. Transferred over to Colorado, who won 1 prior to the year him playing.
Correct.
Had no quarterback. They didn't have anything. Won 1 freaking game. The very next season, they win 4 games, I believe. 4, maybe 5, if you correct me. 4, maybe 5 games. And Shedeur Sanders puts up similar numbers.
Yes.
In which he did at Jackson State. Now, mind you, Colorado doesn't have no offensive line.
Nope.
They don't have a running back.
Nope.
Run game.
Nope.
Nothing of that nature.
Nope.
Got good receivers. Most of them, notably, Travis Hunter, who is now a Jacksonville Jaguar. Looks like he's going to be a surefire Hall of Famer one day if he keeps his head right in the NFL. Webster, good receiver.
Good receiver.
It's one more. Shepard, another great receiver. That played for the Colorado, almost said Sooners, the Colorado. But still, with no offensive line, typically when you don't have an offensive line and you don't have a running game, what happens to your quarterback, Bruce?
He gets decimated.
Numbers go down. Horn is another good one, Mark. Thank you.
Jimmy Horn Jr. That's right.
Jimmy Horn, yeah. Your play goes down. You don't put up efficient numbers. You're definitely not passing at 70% accuracy if you don't have an offensive line and you don't have a running game. That's just how football works, right? The run game typically opens up the passing lanes because now we know we don't have to load the box if you don't have a run game. So now we can just pin our ears back and we can just worry about you throwing the football, correct? So even with that being said, you can say softer conference. I don't care about none of that. I know kids who played in JUCO that belong in the NFL, right? He still passed that 70% accuracy, very, very low interceptions in all 4 seasons of his entire collegiate career, but let alone in Colorado, and still put up Herculean touchdown numbers in the process. And right now you're telling me that Tyler Show, Dylan, and Jalen Milroe are all better fits at the quarterback position all of a sudden. Now, Jackson Dart, we can argue that. I personally like Jackson Dart that played for Ole Miss. So I will debate you on that. Like, okay, I can see how you can pick Jackson Dart to fit your scheme, fit your system for your team. But you ain't no way in hell you telling me Tyler did. Tyler will. There's no way. No way you're telling me that a guy who played for Louisville, who literally some of his highlights are just buffoonery plays. buffoonery. It's better than Shedeur Sanders. Now, I get it. You guys want to say, oh, he didn't play for nobody and softer conference, yada, 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 yada. Okay, who did Tyler play? That made you feel like he's that much more impressive than Shedeur Sanders. Who did he play? Give me a stat line. Did anybody in the chat or the world that's watching this video, did anybody even know who he was? Did anybody? I didn't even know. I didn't even know the name of the Louisville starting quarterback until the draft last night. I did not even know. Right?
I knew who he was because they played Notre Dame last year, but
you only know because they played your team.
Yes, that's correct.
You only know who this is because they played against the Notre Dame.
Mm-hmm.
You know your team's name.
Yes.
The Irish. Go Irish, by the way. Right? Shedeur Sanders in 4 years has no allegations, doesn't get in any trouble, no sideline altercations with no refs. The only thing that I can recall that Shedeur Sanders did was, I believe it was Colorado State. I want to say it was Colorado State that he didn't shake the quarterback's hand and was talking smack back.
Yeah.
That's literally it that Shedeur has done that people can sort of frown upon when you're looking at the game of football. But now, top 5 prospect at the end of the 2025 collegiate season, all of a sudden he's arrogant, he's cocky, he's a jerk, he's all of these things that nobody has seen. Nobody, there's no film, there's no recording, there's no interview, there's nothing saying that this man is extremely arrogant, extremely jerkish, that he's sliding all the way to potentially the 4th, 5th, 6th, or 7th round in the NFL draft. So damn his play, damn what he's done on the field, damn what he's done as a very, very great player in 2 different systems. Well, I can't say 2 different systems, but 2 different schools. 2 different schools. His arrogance, his cockiness, his jerkism is what's sliding him in the draft. I don't recall Shedeur Sanders ever grabbing his crotch, pointing at the other team on the side.
I knew that was coming.
I never seen him do anything like that. Is that not arrogant, cocky, jerkish?
It is. Can I? My bad. Go ahead, Cook.
Is that not arrogant, cocky, jerkish?
It is.
I believe so.
It is.
Is show me the money, not arrogant, cocky, jerkish. Doing this every game. Show me the money.
Yeah.
No, right. I didn't see nobody mention any of that, and the reason why neither one of those kids dropped in the NFL draft. Neither one of those kids, and you know Baker, the name of those kids.
Johnny Manziel dropped. Baker didn't drop. Johnny dropped.
How far did Johnny drop?
He dropped a late first round.
Late first round. So first round still. First round. At least the first round. Not the 4th, not the 5th, not the 6th, not the 7th. I'm quoting LeBron James right now.
Of course.
Yeah. Not 4, not 5, not 6, not 7. But Shedeur Sanders has yet to be drafted, not because of his play. I don't think this has anything to do with his play. We know what it is, America. We know what it is, Australia. We know what it is, England. Who else we got in here? we know who it is.
Right.
We know what it is. That man's last name has a lot to do with where he's being drafted right now. His last name,
I knew that was coming.
Surefire, changing everything about this man's life. All of a sudden, people are now leaking out the man's private number for the NFL draft. He's now getting prank called. Knowing that he's sliding in the draft, he gets prank called with a private phone that only NFL GM should have. His father and NFL GMs, those are the only people in his agent. Well, he doesn't have an agent because Deion's his agent. So them the only people that have that number. So all of a sudden, somebody can find this number and add more fuel to the fire of which we're witnessing real time about Shedeur Sanders. I'm not going to lie to you. I was pissed off last night that I'm just watching the Steelers, who desperately need a quarterback.
Yeah, that one shocked me. I can't imagine they passed him 3 times. That one is
desperate. I'm talking desperate. They don't know if Aaron Rodgers is going to retire. They don't know if this man's going to come, go, stay. The 42-year-old is what the Steelers are banking on right now. The 42-year-old for the future is banking. I mean, the Steelers are banking on the 42-year-old for the future right now, instead of drafting Shedeur Sanders, a very great prospect. Now, I'm not going to sit here and go off the limb and say he's going to be legendary. He's a generational talent. I let the game speak for itself, because the kid has shown me nothing but great play for 4 consecutive seasons that to make me believe that he's going to be fine in the NFL. Oh, then we get this talk. Oh, well, nobody else but his daddy been his coach the whole time. Deion is a better coach than all the coaches in the NFL now? Is that what we're alluding to?
No. I'm
gonna let you speak. Because Deion doesn't make him throw the ball. Deion isn't the one making these throws. Deion isn't the one reading the pocket. Deion isn't the one scrambling out of the pocket. Deion isn't the one making these last fourth quarter game-winning drives. Deion isn't doing any of that. So all of a sudden, Deion being his coach, his daddy, is the culprit. So Mike Tomlin is not a legendary Hall of Fame coach to help mentor, nourish, and nurture this kid to be a great NFL quarterback for the Pittsburgh Steelers? Does he not check all the boxes? Can he not throw? Can he not make every throw? Can he not read the pocket? If you give him a run game, can he be good? We don't know, because he doesn't have one. Right? He's done all of this without a run game, without an offensive line. Last time I checked, Steelers are one of the stalwarts of the NFL when it comes to running the football, with the exception of Ben Roethlisberger, and he even ran it. Right?
Yeah.
So you mean to tell me we're letting this kid slide when there's teams who desperately need a quarterback? Desperately need a quarterback. We're witnessing Shedeur Sanders crumble, breaking this man's confidence. I would say words like bucking a kid, all because of his stature and his daddy's stature of what they did, what Deion did when he was in the league, is now falling to his son and what he may do and what they may do in the league. That's what we're witnessing. That's what I'm witnessing. This is a complete, just crazy work for me, right? We're calling the man arrogant all of a sudden. We're calling the man a jerk. We're calling the man, his daddy's a coach. All of a sudden, he didn't play for anybody. He played for a weaker conference. All of this is starting to add up. But what changed from the end of the 2025 collegiate season, when he was a top overall pick, to draft night? What changed? I'll digress. I'll let you come on in and say what you got to say. Cat, you guys are lighting it up, man. Make sure you guys hit that like button. Make sure you hit that subscribe button. We got plenty more content coming out. This is actually an impromptu show. I was a little frustrated, and I definitely needed to get this off of my chest. And I want to hear from my main man, Bruce. What's his take on what's going on with Shedeur Sanders, the Sanders family, and the NFL? Because it's feeling real Colin Kaepernick-ish, but I'm not going to go that far just yet. Go ahead, brother.
All right, man. There's so much to unpack. You said so much. There's so much being said in the chat. Thank you, everybody who's in the chat. We got 62 in there. Can we get 62 likes? 62 in the chat.
62 likes.
2 likes, please. It's going to help get this show out to more people. We work hard to bring you guys quality sports content. All right, cool. Enough begging. Let's get it. So I feel like this whole Shedeur thing, there's a lot of false equivalencies going on here. And I want to, man, there's so much to get to. You got me hyped up with that soliloquy just now. I was here and I was like, okay, we're going to do the thing. Now I'm ready to rock.
Yes, sir.
One of the first things I'm going to just address them as I remember them. So you just talked about Shadur and the narrative that he didn't play for anybody, right? Because he played for his dad his whole life. I was actually discussing this with some of my other sports talk guys earlier today. I think it's a lot less a function of he didn't play for anybody, like trying to denigrate Deion as a coach. I don't think it's that, right? I think it's when most of the time, I would say that on the way up through your football life, you play for a number of different coaches, whether it's Pee-wee, junior high, high school, college, whatever. Throughout the course of that, you're going to play for a number of different coaches. You're absorbing a number of different coaching styles. You're being coached in different ways. You're also interacting in different schemes, and you're learning different football philosophies, right? All this helps to shape you as a player. Now, no slight, but when you're coached by the same coach your entire life, you're not getting the opportunity to see, feel, absorb, interact with all those different things, which help to build you as a football player. Not saying that Shadur is missing anything, because I have long had Shadur as my QB1 in this draft, right?
Yes, you have.
But all those different things, it's not that serious. What's good, brother? But all those different things, I think is very important in the development of a player, especially a quarterback. So here's this to me, when you say, okay, he's played for the same coach his whole life, that says to me, one, he has been entrenched in the same football philosophy for his entire life. He's heard the same football voice for his entire life. The question now is also, how much adversity has he truly faced in terms of fighting and competing for his position in his football life, right? Think about it. If his dad is the coach his whole football life, his dad made sure that he was always the best quarterback on the team. Why? He has put him through the paces. I'm not saying he handed him anything. I'm not saying that. He put him through the paces. He got him working with Tom Brady. He had him watching film. That Shadur understands what defensive backs are going to be doing, right? If anything, we know Shadur understands that. We know Shadur knows how to read coverage. We've seen his toughness. We know that he knows how to stand in there, take a hit, deliver the football in a tough situation. All of these things, right? So Coach Prime, his dad, Deion Sanders, has prepared him on all these levels. But he also hasn't had the opportunity to really compete for a spot, right? I'm sure his dad has coached him hard, but he only knows that voice coaching him hard. What happens if he gets an NFL coach now and that NFL coach starts coaching him hard? How does he react to that? This is another question that we have to ask. And again, this is not me denigrating Shedeur Sanders, because again, for those of y'all who haven't been here, and thank you so much for everybody who's here, for those of y'all who haven't been here in the past, understand when I tell you, and you can go back and check this on the channel, Shadur has long been my QB1 in this draft. I am a believer in Shadur. I think he's amazing. I think he's going to be great just given the opportunity. Now, all of that said, we've heard the opposite. But yeah, all these different things, GMs and coaches might be saying, I'm not so sure, right? For all of those different things I mentioned. Okay, cool. Now you have a situation of, here's a bigger one. If you're a coach or a GM and you're drafting high, and I believe Shadur should have been drafted high, but if you're a coach and a GM, you're drafting high, that means you generally have a bad football team, right? And so chances are your job may be on the hot seat, right? And so here's the question now. In a situation like that, you draft Shadur, he's your guy, it's not going well. What are you going to start hearing from the media? What are you going to start hearing from the fan base? What might you even start hearing rumors of from your own front office? Fire this guy, bring in Coach Prime, right? Coach Prime will know how to get the best out of his son, right? We've all been hearing for the last few years, Coach Prime should be in the NFL, right? We've been hearing all this talk, and nothing wrong with any of that talk, because I think he would be an outstanding NFL head coach. I do. But all these are things that we have to think about when we look at this from both sides, and things that we have to consider in terms of when we ask the question, why is Shadur not being drafted in a place commensurate to what we believe is his talent level, right? We have to start looking at this thing from both sides. Okay, then we hear the argument of Archie Manning. He was involved in Peyton and Eli, right? And I'm sure he'll be involved in Arch Manning when he comes out, right? Remember when he famously told the Chargers, "Don't draft my son." He's not Eli. Cool. So here's the difference, though. We got to stop this. Here is the difference. Arch Manning, yeah, he had that weight because, the Mannings are quarterback royalty. And really, not even so much him. He kind of had that weight because what Peyton had already done in the league by the time Eli was coming out. Because if you look, Arch Manning was really good with the Saints, but the Saints never really did anything. Like, he wasn't that great. So it's not like he had some super weight, kind of like a LeBron and Bronny type situation. Not that this is the same, but Bronny has such weight because of his gravitas in the NBA game and what he's accomplished, right? We can't say that about Arch Manning. So back to the Arch Manning piece and why it's a disingenuous comparison when we say, well, Arch Manning wants the best for his boys and he's involved. Yeah, but Arch Manning wasn't a dude that could, as we discussed a few minutes ago, he wasn't a guy that if it started going bad with his sons, you had to worry about the possibility of getting fired and Arch Manning taking your job as the head coach, right? Like, these are real concerns. I'm not saying it's right, wrong, good, or bad. I'm saying these are real concerns that people are thinking about. So you got the Arch Manning and Eli Manning piece, right? Eli Manning and Peyton Manning and their involvement. Okay, cool. So you got all of that. Then you look at the on the field stuff when it comes to, let me not even go there yet. You mentioned, I want to mention Johnny Manziel and Baker Mayfield, right? So Baker Mayfield grabbed his crotch. He was cocky. Yeah, he got beat up in the media for that. He was cocky. He grabbed his crotch and all that stuff. Cool. Planted the field in the middle of the flag in the middle of Ohio State's field, so on and so forth. And people didn't like that. You know what's the difference, though? In all fairness, and I love Shadur, Baker was a better college quarterback than Shadur. Baker was a 3-time Heisman Trophy finalist, a Heisman Trophy winner, a college football playoff participant. And when he left college, right before Kyler Murray followed him up at Oklahoma the following season, he was a record setter in passing efficiency, so on and so forth, right? So Baker did all of these things. And much like this draft, I think they said that Baker's draft was kind of a weak quarterback draft. So that's part of the reason that he went number 1 overall. Again, I'm sure some people are going to say that I'm advocating for Shadur not getting drafted where he should have. No, I'm not. What I'm doing is I'm trying to show both sides of the coin here and kind of sum up what people are thinking about, right? Hey, listen, guys, I see 105 in our chat, 103. Thank you so much for being here. Please, guys, hit that like and subscribe. It will help us a ton. It really helps the show get out here. So thanks so much for everybody who's here. We really need all your likes and subscribes.
Absolutely. Go ahead.
Back to it, though. So Baker goes number 1 overall. I get that. No, I get that comparison. But let's look at Johnny Football, another guy who undeniably was better in college, whether you like him or not, than Shadur was. Correction, had a better college career than Shadur did, right? Another Heisman Trophy winner, a guy who won double-digit games twice in what most see as the toughest conference in the country, right? In the SEC. That's a whole different argument. Cool, but he did all that. He won, he won the Heisman, right? And so he dropped, right? He dropped just like Shadur did. Now, he dropped late first round. He didn't drop into the third. This is going to be the 4th now.
Okay, all right, go ahead.
He did drop. So I'm just saying, like, other guys dropped too. And there's, other instances of that. Dan Marino should have been the first quarterback taken, right? What is that? What was he, quarterback class of 83? Well, okay, John Elway. But the point is, Dan Marino dropped. Joe Montana. Some people still believe he's the greatest quarterback.
Aaron Rodgers.
National champion at the University of Notre Dame. Go Irish. But what up, Steve? No, national champion at the University of Notre Dame, right? A hero at one of the most storied programs in college football history, right? He got drafted in the 3rd round. So I'm saying it to say, while again, Shadur was my QB1 coming into this draft. So I want y'all to remember, I keep saying that. And I've been saying it. You can go back and check previous shows. I'm not just saying it today. He was my QB1 coming into this draft, but it's not that egregious that he hasn't been drafted yet. Should he have been? Yes, but it's not that egregious because we've seen other all-timers. You just mentioned your guy, 4-time MVP, Super Bowl champion, future guaranteed first ballot Hall of Famer, and maybe top 5 quarterback all time when it's all said and done. Put the point top 7 at the very lowest, right?
Can I interject?
Yeah, real quick. This is a guy that he dropped late first round. Go ahead,
first round.
I understand.
You keep saying these guys dropped.
Yes,
it's not the mere fact that they dropped. Lamar Jackson dropped.
Mm-hmm.
Still drafted in the 1st round. If Shedeur Sanders got drafted at the bottom of the 1st round, no conversation need to be had. We're done. All right. He's a 1st round pick. He's done. They get the team gets their 5th year the 5th year option. Everything's good. It's all fine and dandy. all of these guys that you just named, none of them got drafted in day 3.
That's true.
None of them were a top 5 prospect. Top 5 prospect. And went in day 3 with no except if they had allegations or off the field issues, like something drastic had to happen for a player of a top 5 caliber prospect for them to fall out of the first round, first of all.
Yeah.
Then to fall out of the second round. Then the third round. We're talking now day 3, 4 through 7 is about to get announced in 58 minutes. And Shedeur Sanders is still on the side, like waiting for a phone call, the right phone call. Let's not forget the prank phone call that he already got, but a real phone call for a team that needs a quarterback. They need one. So I hear what you said. You said the teams are looking at it both ways because now they're afraid of if it comes in and Shedeur Sanders doesn't do well, then there's going to be conversations about Deion coming. With GMs, you don't trust your coach right now, so you might as well go ahead and get rid of him.
Right.
You don't trust him. If you have that fear as an NFL GM, you already don't trust your coach. You already don't believe in the decision you already made to have your current coach.
Agreed, but chances are if you're drafting that high, like what we're talking about, where he should have gone, if you're drafting that high, you're in trouble anyway, right?
You don't trust your coach. Trust your coach. You hired that coach, GM, Mr.
Agreed.
GM, sir.
Agreed.
You hired that guy. So you not trusting your coach is now a bad thing for Shedeur Sanders because of who his father is. His father now granted, money is money these days, but he just signed an extension at Colorado. So you're probably not worried about this for the next 2 to 3 seasons. NFL, they don't take y'all long to fire a coach. Y'all fire a coach after 1 to 2 seasons. So what you're saying is contradicting what I'm already seeing in the NFL. These GMs don't care about firing a coach. You could be gone just like that. So giving Shedeur Sanders 2 to 3 years and the coach that you hired on your own isn't the guy figured it out. But I saw Shadur play well with his father as a coach. No doubt about it. Deion, here's $15 million. Come on. I need you. So GM, you're going to look better in your organization's eyes, in your franchise's eyes, your fan base's eyes, because not only did you draft Shedeur Sanders, but you got the guy who couldn't properly coach Shedeur Sanders. Deion comes in. Now we're winning 10, 11, 12 games. We're in the playoffs. We're in playoff contention. We're fighting for a Super Bowl. Congratulations, GM. You did it. So a GM's fear now is holding Shadur back to the third day? That's absurd to me. And to mention that these guys like Johnny Manziel fell, Aaron Rodgers fell, Lamar Jackson, they fell in the first round. Brett Favre, I believe, second round. They didn't fall in the day 3. Day 3 is absurd for a top. Remember, guys, we're talking top 5 draft prospect. When the season ended for the collegiate year of 2025, it was arguments about Shadur going number 1.
Yo, let me ask you something, right? When you say, okay, we talk about the top 5 prospect, which he absolutely was, and in my estimation still is, but obviously that, that horse is out of the barn, right? But
yeah.
Let's say in our old dating days, right? Before he was married, right? So you're dating somebody and she's bad.
I gotta go back in 1986.
I know. And you see her and you think, oh man, shorty is official, whatever, right? You haven't dated her yet. You haven't gone out to eat. You haven't really had the in-depth discussion with her, right? You haven't interviewed anything like that. Okay, cool. And then you go out and y'all talking, and you get to talking or whatever. And you're like, this ain't what I thought it was, right? And then all of a sudden, what does she do? She drops down. She becomes a 4th round draft pick, right? That can happen. Why can't that same thing? And I'm not saying it did, but why can't that?
You're not keeping it all the way a buck
during the interview process here. Why not?
You're not keeping it all the way a buck, Bruce.
I want to hear this.
Okay, if you know that this girl got action, she's about that action. She's a 10 out of 10. Shadur has showed he's about that action. He showed he's a 10 out of 10. And I have a conversation with said young lady who's a 10 out of 10, and I know she's about that action. And she said a couple of funky things. Like, I didn't like that. But guess what? By the end of the night, Bruce, by the end of the night, Bruce.
Oh, you drafting her?
Am I not finna take a gander at the draft pick? Am I not gonna still see? Maybe I could. Maybe it's what she said, but it's about what I know she can do.
But she's not about to be your franchise player, though. See what I'm saying?
She ain't gotta be. But Bruce, you just made it. She ain't gotta be my franchise. She ain't gotta be my wife. But I'm gonna try her out.
But when you drafted Shadur, you drafted that dude to be your franchise player.
You're still trying him out. How many first round busts have we known that went top 3? I can name 3 off the top of my dome.
Jamarcus Russell.
No. Like more recent. But you're right. You're absolutely right. But more recent.
More recent.
One played for Dallas last year. Go ahead.
Oh yeah, Trey Lance. Oh wow, totally
the
forgot.
The other one plays for the Steelers. Go ahead. I mean, not the Steelers. Mason Rudolph. I'm thinking of he got drafted by Chicago. Starts with an M.
Justin.
No. He's not a bust yet. I'm not gonna call him a bust.
Oh, okay. Good.
Mitch Trubisky.
Oh yeah.
Top 5 pick.
Right? Jeez.
Yes. Right.
Great
so
call.
Either way, right? We're taking risks when it comes to these top prospects.
That's
right.
True.
We're taking risks. We're going to see what she can do later on. Right. Even though I'm mortgaging my franchise on this pick. So we've seen it done because we all want to know what she can do. We all be like, hey man, like, I don't like the way she said, man. She said she had 8 bodies. I thought she had 4. I heard some things. So I'm about to see.
Right.
I'm about to find out. And over the next, we're not going to wait 2 to 3 years before we go ahead and cut her and move on to another quarterback. We're going to do like 1 or 2 to 3, 4 weeks, maybe a month before we move on. But to your point, I get it. I get what you're trying to say. Right. People are mortgaging their future, but we mortgage futures on first round bust repeatedly in NFL history. But we've never seen those top prospects fall to the 4th round. We've never seen it.
I get it. I'm trying to think though, and I'm not blaming this all on Dion, but I see a lot in the chat and heard a lot of different things throughout social media and commentary and whatnot that maybe a lot of GMs and coaches and front offices around the NFL are concerned about Coach Prime, Deion Sanders, and his level of power, right? Because Coach Prime, it's wild. I'm going to say this, and it's going to sound bad. He almost has a cult-like following, if we're real.
Absolutely.
He almost has a cult-like following, especially among Black people. We got to keep it a buck, right?
Absolutely.
And so, like I was saying earlier, if the coach starts messing up, whoever has Shadur, the immediate call is going to be, fire him, hire Coach Prime. But also, if Coach Prime starts, tweeting or in interviews, he's going to be asked about it. Hey, a great win by the Buffs, They're going to talk about that. But before you get out of here, let me ask you something about Shadur. Coach Prime is not going to hold back. He's going to say what needs to be said. And don't you think that there's concern about all that in these front offices? Now, fair or unfair, that's not why you don't draft a guy if he's good enough, right? But, I mean, all these things are things that get taken into consideration, man.
But on top of that, okay, if I'm the GM, right, or I'm the coach, let's just say I'm the coach, and I know my GM's like, hey, I'm picking Shadur. Who do you think the first person I'm going to call is? I'm not calling Shadur.
I'm calling Coach Prime.
I'm calling Dion.
Yeah.
I'm already going to build that rapport with him. Like, yo, hey, my man. I know you want to see your kid succeed. I know by the way you preach the word every single day about family and how much you love your kids, you want to see your kid succeed. Help me steer this man in the right direction to get him to play like
right. What buttons do I push?
What buttons do I push? What is too far? What is too far for your son? Because I want to put him in a situation.
Yeah.
I'm trying to motivate him because the tape not gonna lie. Not gonna lie. I've seen 4 years of it. I've seen 4 years of this man be a great quarterback. He has the tools, he has the weapons, mentor by Tom Brady, all of these things. He has a Hall of Fame number one cornerback as a father.
Right.
To teach him the game of football.
You know he can read defenses. You know he understands defensive back play. Yes.
I know as a kid coming up as a quarterback, you were in the secondary telling him you better not throw it here. You better not throw it here.
Right. How many times has he been picked off by his dad? Absolutely.
Exactly. So I trust in those things. As a coach, I'm calling Dion. Matter of fact, the moment the draft thing, you know how they pass their phone around, right? They're like, hey, Shadur, put your daddy on. I'm not even trying to talk to you, son. I need to do the reverse dating the girl. Right. You know how you date the girl? Like, I got to talk to your daddy first before
Sanders,
I take you out.
May I please have permission to
date your daughter?
Your son.
Like, I need to date your daughter. Hey, man, Dion, bro, I need to. Hey, bro.
No, that's a fact.
I got your boy. I'm not trying to lose my job. So guess what? I'm going to go further and beyond. We always talk about this, further and beyond, doing my job to make sure that the pick that I got, the talent that I have, I'm going to be in the best. I'm going to try everything in my power to make sure I'm successful as a coach, make sure he's successful as a player. That's what's going to keep that fire off your back. Because now the public knows, well, he's talking to Dion. Like, they're working together. So Dion is unofficially a part of the franchise.
Edward, you don't have to kiss his butt. No, you don't.
No.
No, that's not what I'm saying. What I'm saying is, if you want to maximize your opportunity for success, you go to the source. And what Transformers is saying makes a lot of sense. All right, listen up, y'all. Hold on a second. We're going to take a 20-second timeout. 20-second timeout. 110 in the chat. Appreciate all of y'all. Please click that like button, y'all. Click that like button. That means we got a bunch of people. I don't want to do the math. We got a bunch of people. I'm a journalist, not a mathematician, who have not clicked the like button. Please do that, and we will get right back to this amazing topic. And we also have sounds from different people throughout the sports media that we want to hear from and continue. Click that like button, y'all. Click that like button. We need it. Come on.
Absolutely. It's right here. So you see how you see my pretty face and you see this other handsome bald guy right here, right? Right below you, there's a this.
Yes. Thumbs up, y'all. Click it, please.
Click it, bro.
Click it.
Hit that right there. It's going to do a little chime. It's probably going to turn black because right now it's a white thumb. So it knows it looks better black. So it's going to go black. I'm messing with you guys.
And you see what Edward said in the chat? So you got to pull it. Kevin said, I will shut this whole thing down. We don't get those likes up. Oh, man. Shout
Big
out.
Facts,
God. Whoever clicked the like in Facebook, please go to YouTube and click the like. I appreciate the like on Facebook too, but we need it on YouTube. It helps out.
Are we still on Facebook? Does it still stream on Facebook?
Yeah, I pushed it out. I pushed it out to Facebook.
Oh, wow. I would have shared it, man.
Yeah.
That's on me as a freaking co-host here. I didn't even know we were still pushing on Facebook.
I didn't even say none to you. No, we can't do the music. We get sued, Edward. All right, but let's get back to it, y'all. So where did we leave off? Okay, let's get to some sounds from different people regarding this. But before we do, the last thing I want to talk about before we get to the sound from other members of the sports media, and then after that, we'll take some calls. What I did want to talk about, and this was big to me, as a, someone who's worked as a sports reporter and is a trained journalist, I think are very interesting are the reports, Transformer, that we've heard of how bad his interviews were at the combine. And I saw a really interesting comment here in the chat saying that, there could be rumors of him deliberately botching interviews because he felt like he had a backdoor deal and he had some relative assurance of where he may end up and he didn't want to go to the other place. So I was like, that could be interesting because I can't imagine. This is something I've always said, that as much as Coach Prime poured into Shadur as a quarterback in terms of developing him, having him work with Tom Brady when he was younger, obviously working with him himself, watching film, doing all those extra things to get Shadur to get to Shadur to the level that he is or should be, right? It always surprised me that it seems like he didn't give Shadur the level of media training that he should have, right? I would have thought that would be, Dion could afford it, hire a PR company to work with this dude. Because if he's going to be the star quarterback, as you know he will be on an FBS level and then on a professional level, which I still believe he eventually will be, despite wherever he gets drafted, He's going to be in front of the cameras. He's going to be the face of someone's franchise. So get him ready for that. I think that's very important, just as important as the timing on your 3, 5 step, 7 step drops, right?
Mm-hmm.
Just as important as knowing how to utilize your eyes to move that safety on the back end so that you can deliver that dime you're so capable of delivering in the passing game. Right? All these things go into being that franchise quarterback. And it always surprised me that Coach Prime didn't give Shedeur that part of it. So like the interview piece, what are your thoughts on that, man? Because I was really always thrown off when I heard about the bad interviews. That's if it's true, of course.
Okay, you finished off with what I was going to start off with.
Okay.
I need proof, right?
Yeah.
Because like what I know, right, and what I've seen, I've witnessed for 4 years this man have high character, right? Positive talking person. He never bashes teammates. He doesn't throw anybody under. The man was getting sacked more than he was throwing touchdowns for most of his collegiate career.
Yeah.
Not one time did I hear him say anything about his offensive line. He always said, I got to do better. I need to go out there. I need to make a quicker read. I need to be able to get the ball out quicker.
Mm-hmm.
I. He puts the blame back on himself, right? So for me to hear him talk so positive for 4 years and to all of a sudden this now be a situation to where he's a jerk in interviews, he's arrogant in interviews.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, if you was to tell me
one, not surprise me. Doesn't surprise me. I can see that.
Arrogance, right? 1 or 2 teams say that, fine. That's probably the Cleveland Browns. One of them is probably the Cleveland Browns, all right? And the other one's probably some unknown team, and he may have a backdoor situation. But to hear conversations about multiple coaches and a bunch of other staff and assistants said he was being a jerk and arrogant all of a sudden, I just can't believe without the proof, man. Show me the proof. Somebody's recording an interview somewhere.
Yeah, I'm not mad at that, but nobody's gonna show you the proof, bro. You know that
because they don't want to be wrong. I don't think Dylan Hicks. I'm gonna try to comment on some comments here. Do you think that Deion will let him go to be a Brown and pull an Eli? Absolutely.
Yes.
I don't want him to go to the Cleveland Browns.
You know why?
Deion? Absolutely not. I see that franchise destroy quarterbacks.
They can run the football, which means they have an offensive line and they have a crazy defense. What? Hell yeah, I'd do it. No. Absolutely. Yes.
That's what quarterbacks go to die.
I knew you were going to say that. I knew you were going to say that.
No. Granted, you're absolutely right, Bruce. Mm-hmm. Defense there. Myles Garrett. They just got Mason Graham. I believe. They drafted Mason Graham to go along with Myles Garrett. So the defense, Cleveland has always had a solid defense, right? Mm-hmm. Got a run game. Got an offensive line. It's just there's a aura over the Cleveland Browns that quarterbacks just don't do great there. And like,
no, you're right.
It's just sad, man.
Chicago, Cleveland, it's just some spots.
Chicago, like definitely one of them. Matter of fact, man, guys in the chat, man, we got like 115 people in here. Put your football teams in the chat real quick. I know you guys are going back and forth in the middle of this debate. Put your teams in there, man. We want to know what your teams are, where you from, who you represent.
Like and subscribe too. Like and subscribe. We don't subscribe. 4 likes, man. Hit that for me, y'all. Look who's here. King Raven. Raven, what's going on, G? G, can you hear us? I don't think he can hear us.
Are you muted, G? There you go, G, eyeing us up and down. But we here, bro. We can see you.
We here. We can see you. I don't think he can hear us.
Can you hear us? Do you understand the words that are coming out of my mouth?
There we go. King of Baltimore.
Get it, Shadur.
Joshua, I do like the Raiders. I don't
know why they're not doing it. Geno Smith can't play forever.
Yes. He's on a 3-year deal, $30 million a year. That's an easily cuttable contract as a quarterback.
That's what I was about to say. If you can get out from under that and let Shadur play, then do it.
Absolutely. But, maybe sit him for a year.
Yes. We've been talking. G, man, let's get your thoughts on this Shadur piece, and then we'll listen to some sounds, man. What's going on?
Yeah, man. I think it's shocking. I don't think anybody had Shadur drop into the 4th round. Like, this is
crazy.
This is nuts, man.
Yeah.
But it seems like it's man, where do we start, really, man? You guys had a head start, and I don't want to like repeat the same thing that you guys said. But I think everybody's feeling kind of like the same way. Like, man, there's a lot of drama, right? It's a lot of drama attached to that Sanders name, and the kid can ball. I got so many thoughts, man. It's just hard for me to kind of put on like one, like for instance, like all right, so you know, somebody mentioned 4-8. Like how do you think you're gonna be a first round pick if you 4-8? And I'm like, I mean, he still got talent, he got skills. The kid is talented. Um, he can make all the throws, man. Like I don't understand. Maybe his father spoke too soon. Maybe his dad spoke too soon, man. Maybe this like Stephen A. said, man, this is about his father. This more about his pop, and his influence on the game by doing the things he did before his son was drafted. And this is the league saying that you're gonna have to bow down to us. What's that? Marcellus Wiley, I think that's his name. He had an interesting take.
Yeah, I from that, man. Thank you for sending me that, G.
Yeah.
So you're referencing this being more of the NFL doesn't want Deion to LeBron James, the NBA, with his son.
No. Shadur way better than Bronny would ever be. Like
exactly.
Yeah.
Not in comparison of the play. I'm talking about as in how.
But as fans, hey bro, hold on, bro. As fans, right? As fans, that's all we see. That's all we say. That's all we see, though, right? As fans, that's all we see is the play on the field or the play on the court. We don't necessarily see the stuff that's going on in the back office. This is like, what I mean, when what I mean, like your wife come to the job and run into your ex or your side your work wife, right? And then you fired and shit. Like, I mean, that's a terrible analogy, right? My disclaimer is terrible analogy, but it's like it's too messy, man. Like it's supposed to be about sports. It's just messy, man. That was a terrible analogy. It's horrible analogy. Man. Terrible. Sorry, guys. I wish I can get that one back.
Who's been in that situation?
Hey, we live, bro. We live. It's over.
Not me. I ain't married, so
it's in the airwaves.
Hey, everybody! Welcome to the chat, man. Welcome to the show. If you've never been here before, like, subscribe, share it out, man. Like, share it out.
119, man. 124. I lied.
Ask questions, man. Like we love to hear from y'all. We love to hear from y'all.
Oh man.
But yeah, man, just real messy, man.
I know you had some soundbite, Bruce. But I wanted to get one last question from you guys.
Of course.
We're in the fourth round, right? So now we're done with the first 3 rounds. We're done with day 1 and we're done with day 2. Other than the Raiders, because my pick right now would be the Raiders. Who do you think would take that opportunity?
Oh man,
to draft Shadur at this point?
That is a great question. Like, where does he go? Does he even get an opportunity to play?
I think he's definitely not going to start.
If you ask me that question, whoever draft that kid getting a nuclear weapon, man. He gonna destroy anything and everything that come. Yeah, man. Like, maybe that's some
motivation. Yeah, his motivation is great. That's a good one, J Biz. Yes, Miami. So I got Miami and Seattle, opposite corners of the country. Because if you take him in Seattle and you see in practice and in the preseason, this kid got it, you can get out from the Sam Darnold money next year. And this is my starter now, right? Miami, he's a fit culturally for Miami, right? He's a big smile, bright city guy, bright lights, all that. Also, we know he can play, especially in that weather, but he's not going to be a problem. We know he can play in the cold too, so that's a non-issue. But also, unfortunately, and I'm not wishing it, we don't know that Tua can stay healthy, right? And we know that Shadur has a type of skill set that can work in that system. So yeah, I think Miami. Somebody put that in the chat. That was a great one. So Miami and Seattle for me.
He gets paid $46 million a year.
Tua.
Yeah. Don't he got like 3 years left on that deal?
It depends on how they set the money up. But look, we've seen owners willing to get out from under, and they'll do it. Correct. If they feel like they got an opportunity, they will do it.
Okay,
Yeah,
so we got the Miami, we got the Raiders, we got Seattle. Gee, who you got?
I don't care. Honestly, I don't care. I thought it would be good for the AFC North if he was to go to Cleveland, right?
Is Milroe in Seattle, Larry Shields? Okay, my bad.
Yeah, I thought it would have been good for the AFC North if he went to Cleveland, or the Steelers. But I guess I don't know, man. This is crazy. I don't know.
Very.
Yeah, this is
Said
crazy.
Bubba Dallas? No.
And I don't think it's more about what's the one guy that went before him had a broken collarbone and a broken fibia. He was like
Who was that?
30 years old. I forget his name.
Oh, you're talking about probably Tyler Shook.
Yeah.
You know what I found out listening to
that's wild, man.
Like, he got gout and stuff already, bro. That man's out there.
Listen, that kid, check out. I think he's 26. Check this out. Here's the wild part. He backed up Justin Herbert in college.
Justin Herbert been in the league for like 6 years.
Right. That's crazy. Right?
Damn.
He already
crazy.
Look, he already 100% VA disabled. So he hit the league.
He got that 100%. Absolutely.
Hey, he already got his Medicaid card.
He got a waiver. They had to sign a waiver for him. Oh man, it's crazy.
He already eligible for retirement.
Medical waiver.
Oh man.
But there's no way. That was the one pick that just royally pissed me off.
Yeah.
I was just like, okay, now y'all trolling the man.
Yeah.
Like New Orleans, y'all just got Spencer Rattler, right? No way you just saw Tyler Show, whatever. You saw a 28-year-old grown ass man play 18 years in college.
He's 26, but yes, he did play 18 years in college.
18 years in college. Better than Shedeur Sanders. Stop.
Nah, not at all.
No way. Not with Alvin Kamara out there, Chris Olave at receiver, the other young receiver, I forget his name. He's a stud. Like, come on, man. There's no that pissed me off, but I digress, bro. Let's get to the sound bites, man.
Yeah, let's do it. Before we hit this sound, we take another 20 seconds. Please hit that like and subscribe, y'all. Hit the like and subscribe. I see it. I love it. I love all the life in the chat. You guys are doing fantastic. It's on fire. Please hit that like for me. Let's get those likes up, y'all.
Absolutely.
All right. Okay, so first one we're gonna go to is I got some sound here from Rich Eisen, as we know from NFL Network, and he's going to be talking to Joel Klatt, another guy who's a really big Colorado, Dion, and Shedeur Sanders supporter. But what I love about Klatt, he's super objective with it. But let's hear what he has to say because he made an interesting comment that we haven't even really addressed yet. So let's hear it.
I just see a league, though, that goes ahead and takes people with red flags like it's an amusement park.
Oh, real quick on that. The Ravens.
I like the start of that.
Yeah. They drafted, is it Mike Green out of Marshall, the elite edge rusher? That dude has 2 SA. Well, he beat him. He caught 2 SA cases, and they drafted this dude anyway. They said they thoroughly investigation. Now, granted, he's not a franchise quarterback, but that's crazy, though. But that just goes to what, Rich Eisen just said about, drafting guys with red flags ad nauseum.
Yeah. SA, use your context clues, chat.
Yes, we're not saying those. SA.
Yeah, we're not saying the words.
About things that you wouldn't want to touch somebody with a 10-foot pole, but we'll take that person because they're really talented.
Well,
and in this case, what?
Let me push back on that.
Badly because
let me push back.
He didn't. Okay, go for it.
I would just say quarterback is different.
Yes.
Once you get past the point where you're drafting for a starter and you're drafting for a backup, now that red flag or issue becomes a story and a narrative, and now the camera and the microphone is in the backup quarterback's locker. No organization in football wants the microphone and camera in the backup quarterback's locker.
But that's also maybe part and parcel of a head coach not being able to control the narrative. I mean, Bill Belichick would put velvet ropes around any cameras, anything, and then that would be completely removed. If the Pittsburgh Steelers chose Shedeur Sanders, what do you think? Mike Tomlin's suddenly going to have the narrative consume his locker room? No, there's somebody like Cam Hayward in there and TJ Watt in there and a whole bunch of veterans that can absolutely handle this sort of thing. So I don't kind of buy that.
This right here, Nicholas, great comment. This is what I was talking about before. I think there's a lot of legitimate concern from coaches and GMs about that. I really do. Whether right or wrong, I think there's a real concern about that. Guys are afraid. Yes.
So that means get rid of your coach now if you're afraid. That's what I'm saying. Like, all of a sudden, y'all scared?
I think they're always scared, but I don't think they've ever seen a situation quite like this.
So you're scared.
Okay.
You're scared.
Yeah. Because you're trying to keep your job.
So you basically saying, oh, I don't know if my coach can do his job. That's really what you're saying to me.
Great point, Ka. Great point.
You know what I'm saying? If you're as a GM, if you're saying like, oh, I'm worried about Deion coming in here and taking my job, well, do your effing job, man.
Mm-hmm.
Get on the phone with you. Beat Deion to the punch when y'all draft Shedeur Sanders. Get Deion on the phone and pick that man's brain. You know more about your son than anybody in the league knows. So in order for me to properly keep my job, hey, bro, what buttons do I press with him? What's too far for him? Because I want to be able to motivate and structure this kid the way I saw and I witnessed you do for 4 years in 2 different colleges, and he been successful every single year. So stop with this scared stuff like red flags. I could be fired. Do your jobs. Coaches get fired every day, B. Coaches get fired every day, B.
You be you, water.
Water, bro. If you were that worried about you losing, do your job then, bro.
I don't think there's ever been a shadow that's looming so large as Coach Prime's shadow.
Well, then get out the way. Get out the sun.
I'm not blaming him, nor am I blaming his son. I just think this is a totally different situation, man.
It's a totally different situation now. Now that this they icing them out. It's a totally different. Like his brand, that Sanders brand is probably going to explode soon, and it's going to probably be bigger than what. And this is personal now for Prime. He might even take a coaching job. Like you might see him. He can't do it now because he locked in. He just signed. But I think for these quarterbacks, these quarterbacks and these coaches and these GMs and the owners, this is an excellent opportunity to pick up, a tier 1 quarterback that you can challenge your current quarterback and make the best man win. Like there's no reason why you don't pick him up. There's no reason why you don't pick him up unless it's just collusion. That's the only reason why you don't pick him up.
That's so hard to prove. But
it is hard to prove.
Yeah. Let's see what CJ Reed here says. Skip bowl game, didn't go to NFL Combine. His dad said out loud to everyone, multiple teams he wasn't allowing to play for, 3 things organizations don't give a damn for. So Coach Prime did back off on that business of 3 teams he wasn't going to allow him to play for. So he did back down off of that. I thought I saw a picture of him at the Combine because I believe he didn't perform at the Combine.
He didn't show. He didn't. Yeah, you're right. You go ahead.
Right. He didn't run drills or anything like that, but he went there to do the interview phase. Skipped the bowl game. Nope. He played in the bowl game. They got beat. Right. And I think
that's Cam Ward you're thinking about. He left the bowl game.
Yeah. And he played in the he played in like the East West or whatever it was, the Senior Bowl or whatever it was. But yeah, this is wild. So, but what we didn't even touch on yet that I think is really interesting is what Joel Klatt said about, because let's back up a little bit. Remember, and I'm not comparing the two because Shadur is clearly better, but remember when Tim Tebow lost his starting job and he was trying to get a job as a backup, right? And people were like, they didn't want to bring him in because he'd be too much of a distraction as the backup, right? Mm-hmm. We can say what we want, but we know that Tim Tebow didn't have a famous dad. Tim Tebow, if race is going to be your argument, it's not mine, but I know it's a lot of people's, but if that's your argument, Tim Tebow was white, so he didn't face those things, right? But what did they say? Tim Tebow is going to be too much of a distraction as the backup. And that's what we just heard Joel Klatt talking about. No, if Shadur is the backup, there's going to be cameras in the backup's locker. And we have heard well prior to this situation, nobody wants a celebrity backup. They want a guy who's going to stand there, hold the clipboard, learn, and be ready for when their opportunity comes, right?
Cam Newton treatment.
Right. That's another one, right? Nobody wants a celebrity backup. So, that's part of the other thing. But here's the other thing, right? Somebody mentioned Brock Purdy in the chat, and that was awesome. Now, Brock Purdy fell into a perfect situation, elite defense, really outstanding offensive play caller, so on and so forth. Maybe, and this is what I've been saying, nobody wanted Shadur to fall in this situation. It looks terrible, but at the end of the day, maybe this all benefits him, right? Maybe he ends up being in a better situation. Maybe he ends up, like we said, being quote unquote humbled, right? Maybe he ends up getting even more fire put under him, having even more drive. Like, can you imagine? Think about this. Tom Brady, who again, objectively, better college quarterback than Shedeur Sanders. He got drafted 199, and that drove him his entire career to become the greatest quarterback who ever played. You know what I'm saying?
Mentor?
Tom Brady.
Tom Brady.
Yes.
Perfect situation now, Shadur.
No, agreed. But I'm just using it to say, like, I think this is a freaking awesome opportunity for him to say, okay, y'all did me dirty. Watch me do the whole league dirty, right? Okay, now put the blinders on. Whoever takes you, lock in. If you get drafted today, be there on Monday. And now you in the film room first thing Monday morning. Hey, where's my OC? Can I get the playbook? Can I get some film? You know what I'm saying? Do all of the things that we hear about the greats doing. Go ahead.
And I'm pretty sure Dion has already told him that. Like, bro,
I'm sure.
Like, hey, at this point, you finna have to go show them. Like, don't say a word. Go in there and outwork the hardest worker in the room.
That's right.
Go in there, outwork them.
Right.
Like,
do what I raised you to do. Realistically, that's what you do. Do what I raised you to do.
You should know the playbook like the back of your hand. You turn around, I already got it. Don't even call it. What you call? 2 zigs, right? Okay, say less. I already know what he's calling, right? You know coverage is like the back. Like, nothing should be shocking to you other than you adjusting to the NFL speed of the game, the knowledge of the game. You already got it. Your father is the Hall of Fame greatest corner we've ever seen play the game of football. I know you know how to read defenses because I can count. But I can't even count high enough for how many times he picked you off as you come up and he lined up in the secondary. Don't throw the ball here, son.
Don't throw it here.
I'm gonna pick it off.
I'm gonna teach
you. Pick it off every time.
Facts. That's a fact. Yeah. Excuse me. So, let's see. Okay, so check this out. Somebody put in the chat, Bruce is tripping, and somebody else I think put Tom Brady was not a good college quarterback. Tom Brady's record as a starting quarterback at the University of Michigan was 20-5. 20-5. Shedeur's record as a starter at Colorado was 13-12. Can we do that again?
Okay, now
not win a bowl game. He didn't. Tom Brady won a bowl game. He did. So, like, we can look at it, but this is not a shot at Shedeur, but whoever said that, get your facts right. Tom Brady was an objectively better quarterback in college than Shedeur Sanders. He was drafted 199, and look what it did for him. So, I mean, you know, we can do this. But all right, let's go ahead to the next clip. I got John Middlecoff, former NFL scout with Philadelphia Eagles during Andy Reid's time, and he had some stuff to say. So let's hear that.
And whatever happened between the season ending, which for Colorado was at the end of December, to now, during the draft process, the Senior Bowl, I guess he went to the East-West game, but the combine, the personal interactions and interviews couldn't have been a bigger disaster. And it's been reported on. I honestly never really dug into it because I didn't really care that much. Plus, I didn't think it was going to be that big a deal because most stuff isn't that big a deal if you're a good player. They will overlook criminal fucking activity if you can play. They literally did tonight and last night. Red flags all over the place. Like, this guy can set the edge. This guy can protect our quarterback. This guy can score touchdowns. You know why? Because most of these guys, when they go into an interview situation, just like all of us, are on our best behavior. And it had been well reported back at the combine that whatever his interactions were with specific GMs and coaches was a disaster. And now it's not even disputable because it was like, you know, the Vegas Raiders, Tom Brady, he's a Shedeur Sanders guy. It felt like they had about 10 picks tonight. I mean, they're drafting small school offensive linemen, random wide receivers. Not random, the TCU kid looks good. But honestly, I kind of like the Raiders draft. But the point is that they had countless opportunities to do it, didn't do it. The Steelers, it's one thing to pass them on them in the first round. They take a defensive tackle. They don't have a second-round pick. But all we heard, and I've said this over, I believed it. Mike Tomlin loves Shadur. It's like, yeah, I can see it. It's just Tomlin, Dion, probably buddies, probably known Shadur for a long time, likes him. They need a quarterback. Then they get the opportunity to draft him in the 3rd round, and they don't. And you're like, this thing's probably over. And now you wonder, like, where's he going to go? Because last year you had 6 guys get drafted in the top 12 picks. None of those teams are an option for him. And then I was thinking you have a bunch of like veteran quarterbacks, right? Guys like Mahomes or Lamar or Herbert or Burrow, or you just go the Jalen Hurts, right? Just all the veteran quarterbacks. Those teams who are going to get to a point like, is there value in this? Do they want to just bring the hoopla that is now behind this? Because now this story went from like an intriguing story in the 1st round to like a way bigger story now through the 2nd and the 3rd round. I can't tell you the variety of individuals I have gotten text messages about, specifically about this player, which is unheard of. Usually it's like, what do you think about so-and-so's team draft? Or like, you like what the Raiders did tonight? It's like NFL players, dudes around the NBA, former coaches, current coaches, scouts. I mean, the opinions, everyone's got an opinion and a thought, and they're all in agreement. The NFL can't stand this guy, and no one can argue that. And listen, I've said over and over, like, I thought he was a pretty good player. I wouldn't say he's Andrew Luck or Peyton Manning, but definitely worthy of a top 100 draft pick.
So this was interesting. And, you know, I listened to his whole show this morning. I listen to his show regularly. 3 and Out with John Middlecoff. Anyway, what really stuck out to me was when he said the NFL can't stand this guy, and he has a lot of connections in the NFL, so I'm sure he's hearing something. So I'm like, Again, I wonder just what is really behind it. Is it him? Is it his dad? Is it a confluence of both? Is it his attitude, et cetera, et cetera? Not sure. Really not sure. All right, y'all, let's another quick 20-second timeout. 180 plus in the chat. Appreciate everybody who here, y'all, so much. Please hit that like button for me. Hit that like button, and we're going to wait 20 seconds. Let's go.
20 seconds. Hit the like button. 20 seconds. Hit the like button. 20 seconds.
By the way, hit the share button too, y'all. Hit the share. Let's get some more people in here. Let's see if we can get over 200, man. Let's do it.
Man, what we hit 200, man. We may have to do something special, bro.
We might have to. You
might hear me say "Go Irish" or something.
Oh. You gotta say it.
No, man, we ain't pick Ben Morrison, bro.
Come on, man.
We didn't pick Ben Morrison, dog.
And I know Ravens should have picked Xavier Watts, man. I don't know what
I thought y'all would have, honestly. I honestly thought y'all
you gonna take a safety, man. Take the production. The production.
What's shocking to me is that the Cincinnati Bengals didn't draft him.
I don't know what to say, man. All right, y'all, let's get back to it. So yeah, what really stuck out to me is that what he said about the NFL not being able to stand Shadur. So I'm like, man, that's crazy. What did he really do? Did he see? Here's the thing, right? Let's just say that he what do you call it? What am I saying? I'm sorry. I lost my train of thought. Yeah, let's just say that he blew the interviews and he was as arrogant and cocky or whatever as people say. Okay, cool. One, that doesn't change the type of player that we saw on the field, right? It really doesn't. But still, the entire league, like, did he interview with all 32?
No, I highly doubt it. He definitely didn't show up in Green Bay.
Right. And I believe they said representatives from all 32 teams were at his pro day. Was his pro day that bad? Like, here's another question for you. Are some of the scouts, et cetera, GMs and whatnot, falling into the trap of expecting him to be more athletic based on who his dad was, and he's hurting because of that? That's something I thought about. But now that's going to get him not drafted until the 4th, but
no, exactly. the teams normally just take like when you start getting late into the draft, these late rounds into the draft, teams normally take the best available player on the board. You seen Michael Penix Jr. get drafted to the Atlanta Falcons even after they had Kirk Cousins, and I thought that was wild, and that created a big rift within that organization, I'm sure. And now he's a starter, right? Like, not mistaken, he's a starter. But yeah, you just never know, man. Like what's really going on. We can't pinpoint why this kid ain't being picked. You know,
I would love for reporters to be able to.
They don't make.
Come on, man.
They don't make really good decisions. I mean, they don't make really good decisions, man. Like,
Mm-hmm.
I mean, you look at the Giants, and I ain't beating down any Giants fans out here, but you know, like the Redskins for years had shitty taste and made poor decisions when it came to picking
Right.
players, and so I just think it's they just throwing that fuck you money around, and that's excuse my language, but yeah, I think that's all it is, man. Like. This kid is definitely talented, and I'm sure we'll see him on the field. It's just a matter of time, man. His dad probably really did like dim the lights for a lot of these teams, right? Like by saying, "Hey, he's not going to play for everybody. He only got like a set group of people that he's going to pay for." And it sounded like the teams that he had reneged on the deal, or they rescinded that deal.
Somebody said that earlier. Yeah, and that would be interesting if that was the case.
It could be tamper. They could say, they could look at it as like, oh yeah, if you do pick them up, we're gonna fine you. The league gonna fine you for tampering because maybe a lot of other teams wanted them, or everybody should have had a chance to. I gotta look at those rules, man, and kind of see what's really behind all of this. I'll do my research, and next time we live, I'll definitely break that out. So.
I'm not gonna hold you. The whole time, I'm in my phone. I'm on my computer. I'm reading every article. I'm typing in Shedeur Sanders. I asked ChatGPT. Shedeur did something, and we just don't know it yet.
Yeah,
Shedeur did something. What did Shedeur do? I'm like, there's an allegation. There's an accusation. Huh?
He'd be out there because with his name, to your point, being Shedeur Sanders,
it would have been already out there. Yeah,
it blew up.
Yeah.
But so I'm just thinking, how how sometimes we behind a little bit. So you try to hop on Twitter, you looking at news art, like every article where he's located, like something happened, and the NFL probably heard about it. They're waiting to see what's going to be the response to it. And boom, okay, this is why we're not drafting him. Then it comes out like, okay, well, Shedeur had this going on, this accusation or allegation. Because I'm like, bro, nothing from a talent perspective dropped him from top 5 pick, possibly top 3 to day 3. Nothing he did on the field. You can't tell me his pro day dropped him from top 3 to day 3. You can't tell me that. That's hard. That's hard to tell me that. His interview didn't drop him from top 3 to day 3.
Yeah,
they say he was playing solitary or something during the interviews. He was playing Magic, gathering with friends with the interviewer.
He was playing top war, the last war of the game on his phone.
Come on, man. Let's just get out of here with this. Like,
my goodness.
I don't know, man. I don't know.
Oh man.
A lot of people in the chat saying, black family from a black powerful family, right, is a threat to these owners. I don't know if y'all hit on that angle.
I think that's ridiculous because it doesn't matter because Dion don't have more money than any of these owners. He don't have more money than the poorest owner. So that is completely irrelevant.
Donald Trump said that they stupid for not drafting him. I don't know if you saw that.
I did.
Said, you guys are idiots and y'all stupid.
Yeah. If 47 call you an idiot, you're probably an idiot because the man's not too bright himself, so he should know it.
Stop! You're not doing that. No.
I'm messing.
Hey, Errol Spence, Doug Bud Crawford, thanks for being here, man. Hit the like and subscribe. But today is not a boxing day, my brother. We are talking Shedeur Sanders. This was a live we popped up with. All right, we're gonna hit the last sound that we have, and this was from Marcellus Wiley, former Pro Bowler, NFL All-Pro, 12, 13-year veteran in the league, really good player. He had some really good stuff to say there. I liked it a lot. We're gonna listen to that. We're gonna make some comments, and we're gonna open it up to take these calls, y'all.
You're opening it up. I'm not opening it up for nobody.
Yeah, that's wild.
Bruce, what up, Bruce? It's not about all right, let's hear what what you laughing at?
Get those titties thumbs down.
You don't want them? Why should I want them? I know y'all think it's a value pick right now. Just go get them. What comes with it?
Let me start this over.
All right, man. My bad.
We good, man. Y'all crazy. All right, let's hear what Marcellus Wiley has to say, and then we'll go on from there.
You don't want him? Why should I want him? I know y'all thinking, oh, it's a value pick right now. Just go get him. But what comes with it? I'm breaking this down for real. It's a cautionary tale that's happening right now. And I'm not trying to tell anybody to suppress who they are in terms of personality. But like I said before on another video, your personality can only precede your performance or precede your potential in the dictionary. If it's real life, it better not come before it. And in this situation, crazy as it is, I think it's louder in terms of his personality than it is in terms of his performance or his potential. They're not seeing that. So it's a bad situation all around if you look at it, because what is he to do right now but to take it? You got to take it. You got to eat it. You got to get embarrassed. Yeah, you got to get embarrassed. And everybody's doing it right now. And I'm knowing there's some rooting interests against you. I don't have that spirit. I know there's some coaches, there's some GMs, there's some teams that's sitting there like, that'll show them, because they want to humble you. They probably see greatness in you, but they're like, we got to get through this layer. You know, I understand you inherit your dad's sins. Did you inherit your dad's success? Because you came in here swaggy. You came in here like you was legendary. That's your daddy. Well, we're going to see who you are after we give you a little bit of this lesson that they will give to anybody. Please do not make this anything more than it is, because that's how the game humbled you. Yep. They try to do this to Aaron Rodgers right now. Aaron Rodgers is giving out reports that he may go to Pittsburgh now. But the point is, even Aaron Rodgers don't get to feast on the menu like he desires, like he deserves if you talk about a first ballot Hall of Famer. Oh, they'll have you on the outside looking in no matter who you are. It's crazy, but that's the game we play. So you better play this game and win it if you're Shedeur Sanders. The cautionary tale is to have that awareness, to know who you are, you know, play the game. I hate when people don't want to play the game. The game is to be played.
Exactly.
It can be sold, it can be told, whatever it is, don't fold. Just play the game. And what does play the game mean? That means when I need something from you, let me always ask you, what do you want? Because I'm going to give you what I need. Once I get in there, as Outkast famously said, our first album, yeah, we talking about everything everybody else talking about, because we couldn't talk about what we wanted to until we got in there. Once they got into your head, they got into your psyche, oh, they were turning people out. Yeah. So you got to play the game from the inside out, not the outside in.
Facts.
And as great as Deion Sanders was, Mount Rushmore of football players, he couldn't pass that baton to his son cleanly. And that's a cautionary tale. That's something that we've been hearing from a lot of people. Hey, say it how you feel it, no matter how you feel. You got to salute right now a guy like Jason Whitlock, who called this. Yeah, he need to go to Vegas right now. It's been a prophetic week for him. Between this and Shannon Sharp, Jason Whitlock was on these. And I'm not going to get caught up in all the crosshairs of how people feel. I'm just going to give you the real. And if you Shedeur Sanders, people were warning you, hey, man, you coming in here hot, they're going to have to try and cool you off, because your game wasn't as hot as your name was, as your fame was. And that's how the league goes. Trust me. And if you take this personal, if you think that all of them came in, man, it was dudes that moved up rounds because they were playing the game. Whether they were real or fake, whatever it may be, people bought into them as terms of their character. You're a prospect. This is a persona being played. You are not a football player. You are playing football. I don't know why I'm telling you, your daddy know better than me. And you should know better, since that's your daddy. If my daddy was that great, one thing I would have quickly realized is I ain't him. I may try to be him. I may try to get better than him, all of the above, but I am not him.
So I like a lot of what he had to say. The biggest thing for me was you got to play the game, right? So some of y'all who've been here before, you know this about me, right? My family, my parents, my family is from Guyana, South America, right? And we have a saying there. One of the sayings that we have, and I remember hearing this as a kid. It didn't quite make sense. Now I get it. The saying goes, you got to kiss ass before you can kick it, right? A lot of people may not agree with that, but it's similar to what Marcella said. You can't do it from outside. You got to get in first, right? So think about this. This is what I'm saying. If the issue is really how he interviewed and he cocky and brash or whatever, right? Would it really have hurt him to tone that down enough in the interviews to say, listen, you know, I know you see certain things, but that's how I am on the football field. I believe in myself. I believe in my teammates. We're trying to win, right? But would it have hurt him to tone that down in the interviews for future prospective employers who don't have to hire you, right? Anybody who goes into a job interview, what do? You try to put that best foot forward, right? Would it have hurt him to put the best foot forward? If what we're hearing about the bad interviews is true. What are your thoughts on that?
Gee, I'll let you go.
Okay, so I look at this whole situation as just a ploy or a plot to take his dad down, man. Like this is all about Dion and really has nothing to do with Shedeur. Shedeur is a premier football player. He's young, he's moldable, he's coachable. You know, nobody ever said he wasn't coachable. They just talking about, oh yeah, he talks a lot of shit. Like he's confident, cocky, arrogant. That's everything you want in a quarterback. So I kind of agree with him, but I don't at the same time, man, because you should never have to change your stripes, man. Like you be who you are anywhere you go, man. That's what I teach mine. I don't care where you go at. You be yourself. If they don't accept you, then they just don't accept you. Like that means, honestly, bro.
That's not life.
No. Nobody should be able to dim your lights, bro. Nobody should be. It don't matter what room you walk in. Nobody should be able to dim your lights, bro. Like nobody. And what I mean by dim your lights, if you can hoop, and if you you carry the same way. All these young guys, yeah, okay, you want to put them in a suit because they're young. He should have wore a suit. All right, get cool. I'm not arguing about the dress code. I'm not arguing about the dress code. I'm talking about his arrogance, his cockiness. I'm talking about his cockiness, his confidence in himself. You should always be confident. At the time, that gets you in rooms you never been in. This ain't about Shadur, man. Let's not make it about him, man. This is about them humbling his father. That's all it is.
I'm not disagreeing with you, G. I'm only speaking to what was reported in terms of the bad.
That's what we do here. That's what we do here, bro. We break it down, man. That's what we do.
No, I got you. I'm just referring to it. That's why I was like, if what they're saying about the bad interviews is really what pushed it. But yeah.
I don't think anybody really knows, man. I'm gonna let you go transform. I really don't think they understand. I think it's probably if they do pick up Shedeur, somebody gonna get a fine, or they ain't gonna be invited to the family cookout one month or something. They told him not to do it. I told you not to draft him. You draft him anyway.
Oh my goodness.
G,
like and subscribe, people. Hit that like and subscribe. We appreciate it.
Round of applause, G. Go ahead. My bad.
No, I was gonna say, y'all, after this commentary, we're gonna go ahead and open up these phone lines. So bear with us, all right?
Round of applause, G. That's exactly what the NFL is doing. That's my full belief, because there's a difference between confidence, cockiness, and arrogance. Truly is. The NFL, when Deion Sanders walked up to that interview when he just left Florida State and said, I'm the best cornerback this game has ever seen. And he walked into the league with that damn big chain on, shades, bracelet, diamond rings, and sat back. I ain't showing up. I ain't running. I ain't doing nothing because I know who I am. The NFL hated that. What made it worse is when Deion came in the league and he backed up everything he said. He literally became the best corner to ever play. Primetime Deion, take over the TV. I'm going to get drafted here. I'm going to go here, win a Super Bowl. Then I'm going to stop them from winning the Super Bowl because I'm going to go over here and I'm going to get them a Super Bowl. That's how great I am. I'm going to switch the balance of power is in my hands. Wherever I go, we going to win. The NFL hated that. They did not like Deion for doing what he did. The NFL did not like Deion what he's doing in college. How he took over entire programs, got rid of all the kids that was there and said, hey, man, if you ready to leave, you can go ahead and go. You can go ahead because I'm bringing mine. My voice is coming. And I'm changing an entire program. And guess what? The lights, the cameras, the action, it was primetime Deion all over again, just in a coaching hat. The NFL didn't like that. Shedeur never did anything. These words didn't come from Shedeur's mouth. These came from Dion. Dion was the one that said, "This is my kid. That boy that's a top 5 pick right there." He labeled Shedeur that. Shedeur just went out there and played the game and became a top 5 prospect. It wasn't like Shedeur was saying something that he's not. Did he not did he not break the Colorado record in his second year? Did he not lead the league in completion percentage? Did he not have a great touchdown to interception ratio? Did he not do those things? He did all that. So you can't tell me that Shedeur isn't doing anything that his father isn't already saying, predicting the damn future. I have a top 5 guy. My kid is a top 5 back. NFL don't like you, Dion. NFL, you're never going to be bigger than the NFL. Who do we call the NFL compared to the NBA and the rest of the leagues, Bruce? We call them what? Bullies.
Oh, yeah.
We call them bullies. The NFL, they're bullies. They will bully the NBA. They bully the hockey. They bully hockey. They bully baseball. They bully soccer. Whenever NFL wants to be the biggest and brightest, the NFL will bully you. The NFL is a multi-billion-dollar corporation. Last time I checked, I think Dion's maybe worth $200 million. Maybe. Now, I'm just guessing. Somebody look it up. Nowhere near to the pockets, the deep pockets that the NFL has got. The NFL don't like you, Dion. So guess what? We couldn't do shit to you when you was in the league because you were that guy. We couldn't do nothing to you. Oh, we gonna get the next best thing. You gonna keep talking about your boy? Okay, say less. Yeah, don't get that kid. Because all of a sudden now I go from a top. Your play didn't change from the end of the collegiate season of 2025 to the draft. None of your play changed. But all of a sudden, your confidence is arrogance. Your arrogance is too jerky. That's the reports that we're hearing now. That's what's changing him into a day 3 pick. Come on now. Y'all don't like Dion coming in there and saying, "That's my boy." Y'all got to deal with him now for the next 15 to 20 years. Y'all got to watch him go be great. Y'all couldn't stop me from being great. You were not going to stop him from being great. Y'all don't like that from Dion. Shedeur ain't doing nothing.
I don't even get why this whole Dion thing is supposedly an issue because again,
it's been an issue though.
He's a college coach. That doesn't have theoretically anything to do with the NFL other than what players can you send me that can produce for my team. Like I wouldn't even. If I was an owner, like, yo, who cares? Just send me good players.
The NFL, not the owner, the NFL don't like Dion. There's a difference between this specific owner who's going to draft this guy. Like, oh man, I can hone him. Shad Khan don't give a damn about what goes on in the NFL. He's just a businessman who owned the Jacksonville Jaguars. He can't even spell NFL. The man don't know nothing about football.
Right.
But the NFL, the company, them the ones that's like, nah, Dion gonna get too many headlines. He can stay over there.
Guess what? If Dion gets headlines, the NFL gets headlines, more money.
It's kind of
correct. You're absolutely correct. But the NFL don't want that.
Yeah, I like how every year the NFL does things to make themselves stay relevant, right? This year in the draft, which it's not really a lot of talent in this draft, but somehow they made a way to like compare ratings. You compare the ratings and just the amount of information that's going around about Shedeur. And it's like, are people still watching the NBA NBA playoffs? Yes, they are. But now it's like, all right, NFL is coming, right? It's right around the corner. Football is right around the corner. And here you go. We're gonna snub Shedeur Sanders. And now that's taking over all the headlights, all over the airwaves. Is Shedeur Sanders not getting drafted first round pick? Bravo to the NFL for being a bully, like you said, but just in a different way of like making themselves relevant during this draft. It's not really a lot of stars there at all.
Yep. That's a great point that you brought up, G, because the NBA was really on a heater. And now that's a great point. The NBA was on a heater, and then the NFL said, hold my beer. Give me that. Run that. the cash in the door.
They said Aaron Rodgers ain't working no more. We need somebody else. Who else can we snub?
Facts. No,
they said, okay, LeBron, Stephen A. Oh, y'all had y'all moment. Luka, Lakers, y'all had y'all moment.
Correct.
We forgot the NBA playoffs is going on right now. That's how big this is going on. These folks are in the playoffs.
Oh, man.
Lakers just lost last night. They're down 1-2. That is not the topic of conversation.
These NBA playoffs have been great. I just wanted to
They have. Very physical.
They've been great.
Very physical.
Yeah.
I like it. Yeah.
I like it too. But anyway.
They hacking the hell out of Curry out there. But go ahead.
Hey, man, y'all ready to do the do now? Y'all ready to do the do? We know it's about that. Y'all ready?
So look.
Get the rules.
We're going to get ready to open up the phone lines, guys. But due to the overwhelming love you guys are showing in the chat, we want to put a few stipulations, right? It's too many of y'all to have a full-blown conversation with, and we know a lot of you guys are going to want to have something to say. So we're going to make this the rules. You can call in. We're going to give you 3 minutes. You bring in your response to what you want to say, and if you have a question for us, ask the question in 3 minutes. We're going to then hang the phone up, and then we're going to respond to you after and let the next person kind of call in. We're going to give our response at that time because we don't want to overwhelm just one person getting too much love and too much time when there's going to be plenty of other people that want to call in. So 3 minutes, guys. Say what you're going to say. Please have your thoughts together, right? Have your thoughts together. Say what you're going to say. If you got a question for us, we're going to respond to you when we hang up with you, and then you can respond back to us in the chat and just to keep this party rolling. All right, guys? So we appreciate the love. 160 plus up in the chat. Light that like button up. Hit that share button. We are one of the podcasts that allow you guys to call in, give your opinion, and we respond to you guys. So, Bruce, take it away, brother.
All right. We got Steve on the line. King of the chat. Steve, what's good, brother? How are you?
What up, Bruce? Good morning, fellas. What up, G? What up, Twizzler?
What's going on, bro? How you feel?
Oh, man, like hell. My sinuses are all messed up. I've been cutting grass last 2 days, dude. It's killing me. But I'm getting through it. I come through for the people. I had to call first.
Yes. What you
and
got,
first off, I gotta say, I know we got rules in 3 minutes. First off, we got 100 plus people in the chat. Like the damn stream. Support these men. Do your thing. Hit the like button. Enough with this nonsense, prattling, arguing in the chat. Take a second. Like the stream.
You get 15 extra seconds, Steve. Go ahead.
They let us call in and give our thoughts. Like the stream. But
you get 15 extra seconds for that one, Bubba.
Well, I'm not trying to brown those. I want y'all to get big time. But
absolutely.
I'm not emotionally attached to this like a lot of people are. I'm indifferent. I can understand why Cam Ward went first. And Twizzler, you and I talked about this before. We both like Dart. I'll even grant Dart kind of going ahead, even though I don't think that's a concrete thing. I understand. If somebody really likes Dart, I can understand why they took it.
Yeah, agreed.
So I'm indifferent here with I don't understand the kid from Louisville. I don't understand Milroe and Gabriel going ahead of Shadur. But just to play a bit of devil's advocate, I don't think on the field we saw something which justified those guys going ahead of Shadur. I have to say that. But just to play devil's advocate, is there any potential with the Colorado offense, the idea that Dion was his head coach for basically his entire career, where maybe there's a limited, how do I want to say it? Maybe there's a limited coaching or coachability attribute lacking with the idea that maybe he went into some of these meetings and maybe it didn't translate to some of the lingo of the NFL, some of the things which may have caused pause for a lot of people as far as these GMs and stuff and coaches thinking, maybe he's not going to translate to what we see exactly in the film room. Because I think there's a potential there. Because I listened to, I think it was Todd McShay had a clip I was listening to where he was discussing Shadur went to some of these meetings, I think specifically the Giants, and they were throwing up things on the board with him, and he didn't really adjust to it well, and he was kind of upset of how things went in that meeting. Shadur was upset with, how he wasn't able to kind of speak the NFL lingo like some of these other guys they were interviewing with.
All right, Steve, we're going to let you go. We're going to answer that, man. I really appreciate the call, brother. And yeah, we'll answer that, and then we'll take the next call. Thank you, brother.
Yep, hey, do your thing. Everybody stay blessed. Appreciate you taking the call. Like the stream, everybody. Like the stream.
All right.
Amen to that, brother.
That was a great question that he had. It was kind of something I touched on a little bit in terms of earlier, in terms of him having played for the same coach his whole career. But even in his collegiate time, remember, Coach Prime is always hired. He's always hired former NFL coaches as his assistants. So I don't know how true that is, that Shedeur would have had difficulty on the whiteboard. So that's that. But let's go ahead and take this call. Call it from North Carolina. What you got?
I don't know how.
Call it from North Carolina. Yeah. Go ahead and mute YouTube in the background, and let's get to it. What you got?
I'm sorry. I just really don't want to beat around the bush. And it's in the room. Everybody knows what's going on. When you are black and you come to the NFL, if you don't fall in line, they will show you at the end of the day you are just a nigga. That's really all that's going on. You can't really justify him going. Jackson Dart, I'm a LSU fan, so I watched him. I'm not really that high on him. I definitely wouldn't have traded back. I don't see why they would have to trade back into the first round to get him. But at the end of the day, I won't dispute that. But when you go to Tyler Shaw, a guy that is, when he starts in the NFL, he will be 26, and he has a major injury history. I just don't see. I can't justify Shedeur Sanders not being picked before them. It's happened. This isn't the first time that this is happening. They did it with LeVar Ball. They do it to black fathers who have a big imprint on their son. When they're in the media scheme of things and they're in their forefront, they don't like that. And it's cool. It's their league. You have to play by their rules. But I just don't like when people are trying to justify. You can't justify it. You know what it is. I know what it is. We all know what it is. But everybody is acting like they're scared to say it. And that's fine. I can understand that. But that's from my point, from the history of the world and how the world works, especially in the United States. This is nothing new for black people. If we don't fall in line, if we don't tiptoe the line like how they want us to walk, they will show us at the end of the day, this is bigger than us. That's what they do.
Okay. What's your name, man? I'm gonna lock your number in.
Raheem Jones.
Say it again, man.
King Jones.
Raheem Jones.
Oh, Raheem Jones.
I've seen you in the chat.
It's that King Jones.
Hey man, appreciate your input, brother.
Yeah, definitely.
Appreciate your input, brother.
Absolutely.
Y'all keep doing y'all.
No doubt. Make sure you like and subscribe, man. I appreciate the call.
No problem.
All right.
Raheem is the perfect example of utilizing his 3 minutes. He only took 2.
Yeah.
Hampton Roads. Who's this?
This is Mark, man.
Hey, what's going on, Mark? Do me a favor. Mute YouTube in the background and let me hear what you got.
Man. All right. So I went out with Transformer.
What do you say?
I said I was in the Navy with Mr. Transformer there.
Okay.
When?
Come on, man. Me, you know who I am.
What's your last name?
Martin. This Mark.
Marty, what's going on, G?
First of all, I had to get on Bruce, man, because you said that Tom Brady was better. You said Tom Brady was a better quarterback than Shedeur Sanders in college. So let me give you some numbers, all right?
Uh-huh.
So Shedeur threw for 3,230 yards. And now, mind you, they both had 12 games. They both played in 12 games. Shedeur Sanders had 3,230 yards passing. Tom Brady had 2,217. Shedeur had 27 touchdowns. Tom Brady had 16. Shedeur had 3 interceptions. Tom Brady had 6. His completion percentage was 69.3. Tom Brady was 61. But the only thing different was their record. And that's because Tom Brady had a stronger team.
And he had a run game.
And he had a run game. He had a top 30 defense and a run game.
You're also comparing, and I appreciate the numbers, man. Thank you. When I say he was objectively better, I was talking about the winning, but also you can't compare passing numbers in 2024 to passing numbers in 1990.
By those metrics, I could say Eli Manning was better than Dan Marino, though.
but that's absurd. We know that's absurd.
Exactly. That's why it's absurd.
You can't say that now.
When I said objectively better, I'm talking about the winning, right? I'm talking about the winning.
But that's a team thing, bro. The man had a great defense.
Okay. All right.
I mean,
Is Michigan not a top defensive team?
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
And then if you want to, and then if you're, and then even with the reason why you really can't, like, it's got to be something different going on, right? Because if you the only quarterback in this draft that you can objectively understand why they drafted number one was Cam Ward, and even then, you can still kind of throw Shadur in there. But if you put Shadur on the team with Jackson Dart, oh my God, Jackson Dart had a way better offensive line. I'm talking about way better. He had way better. I mean, running back. He had was it Quinshawn Judkins as the running back? They had a way better offensive line, top 30 defense. Are you kidding me? Get at the Shadur and see what them numbers are.
Okay.
So it's not even close to me.
Right,
you know what I mean?
Yeah, no doubt. Listen, I appreciate the call, Mark. Thanks so much.
Yeah.
And have a great one. Make sure you
hit me up offline, G.
Oh yeah, I got you.
All right, bro. That's my dog, man.
Hey, Transformer, man. Listen. Hey, I gotta go, man. The dog just got sick. You can run this the rest of the way. I apologize.
Yeah, I got you.
I apologize, y'all. Transformer and G gonna finish this one out. My dog just got sick everywhere. I gotta take care of this.
Oh hey, man, you got the 4 meter line, brother.
Yeah, no doubt. Y'all have a great one. Thank you so much for everybody who stopped in. Transformer and G gonna finish this out. And listen, make sure y'all hit like and subscribe on the way out. Appreciate you.
No doubt. All right, so man, thanks to Caesar, go ahead and messing up the rest of the show right there. So we got to go ahead and wrap this up real quick. But we'll take a few more calls, man. I'm not sure if he's going to forward the line, but you guys can use my line. It is 904-248-8287. I will put that in the chat. We're going to take about 2 to 3 more calls. We're going to go ahead and wrap this one up so we can enjoy our Saturday. So I'm going to go ahead and put this in the chat. 87. The rules are still the rules, guys. The rules are still the rules. Please try not to use much profanity and try to ease up on the N-word if we can. I know we hype and I know we excited, but let's go ahead and keep this thing professional as possible, guys. So we'll take 2 to 3 more calls, and we're going to go ahead and wrap this one up.
Also, thank y'all for supporting, man. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe.
Absolutely, man. Oh, man. Sinners is a great movie, by the way, Sean. Sinners is a great movie. I loved it.
All right, now that Bruce is gone, right? We got a little bit of gray space. What you think about Shannon?
You ain't gonna throw me on spot like that, bro.
I ain't gonna do that. That's another show, man. That's another show.
Hey, we gonna need the Pantheon for that, bro.
Yeah, I don't know. Let's see what the chat say.
You talking about the Shannon thing?
Shannon, Hall of Famer.
Yeah, okay, yeah. We gonna definitely need the other joint for this one, man. I don't think YouTube gonna like what I'm gonna say. Yeah. Not meaning y'all on YouTube. I'm meaning like the YouTube algorithm. They're not gonna like what I'm gonna say, and they're gonna flag our channel and get us banned.
Man, that's terrible. All right.
But just know I'm not on board with the
none of it.
I'm not on board with it, man. I'm not on board with it. I'm more so Team Shannon in a sense.
You talk about it in the chat though.
Can we talk about it in the chat? All right, give you guys about 1 to 2 more minutes, man. If you guys want to call again, 904-248-8287. 3-minute maximum, excuse me.
8287.
8287. That is 8287. 8287.
Yeah, Larry Smith, that's crazy. That's crazy.
Yeah,
I honestly think that they had it was an issue and they probably put something out. Whoever signed them gonna get fined. Probably some level of collusion or something that happened. Because I mean, he was going around telling everybody, "Oh yeah, I might be there, I might go there, I might go here." So
yeah, and I mean, Mike Tomlin is such a great coach that I don't think that Deion Light would do much to him. But again, you got to think about Mike Tomlin's name already been in the light for the last couple of years, right? Not able to win a playoff game, but able to make the playoffs. Granted, that's a great achievement. Able to make it consecutive, have the winning record for 11 straight years or something like that. But to not win a playoff game in quite a while, I mean, your name's already on the hot seat. So of course, if he comes in and Shedur's not going to perform, of course you're going to hear Deion's name in it, man. But like I said, bro,
I like Aaron Rodgers to the Steelers, and then you put Shedeur in that second that backup position, man. And now you got continuity across your locker room and your playbook, similar styles. Now you building a dynasty, with a backup in the event that Aaron can't go. So yeah. It's a couple really, really good niche places where he can.
Format Podcast. Who's this?
It's Chief.
It's who?
It's the Chief, buddy.
Oh, the Sid Bubba. What's going on, Chief?
Nothing much. Man, I was about to just give my rundown of it. What up there, G?
What's going on, Sid?
Oh, I guess he's.
He said what's going on. I don't have the two-way like Bruce does.
Okay.
He didn't forward the line. That a-hole. Yeah.
Yeah, but I think it was a combination of things with Shedeur. Far as Deion's personality, narrative control, old school NFL bias.
Yeah.
And the gatekeeping, and they gonna make you pay your dues.
Yeah.
So those were the things that those were the combination of things that I looked at. And then there's another thing. What I also looked at is, regardless of, it's kind of like the new age of quarterbacks. So it is race in a way. It's kind of reverse race, because the quarterbacks they want now, you got to have the rocket arm and the athleticism.
Mm-hmm.
So Shadur don't have really neither one of those. He uses his head. He's tough,
smart.
So he's smart. So I'm thinking these teams said this is about the best this kid gonna do. They might not want to pick up on that. But one guy named Larry Smith, shout out to old Larry. Larry brought up a good point. They had to look at the competition and things of that nature.
I got what you're saying, but with all of that being said, Tyler Show, bro. Tyler Show.
Let me tell you. Well, this is the thing. I made a comment about what I consider the code switch. I'm not telling you not to be yourself. You can be yourself. But when you're going to handle and conduct business, you got to handle and conduct business. That was the main thing that I think that I took from that. These guys, and that's a business decision that probably cost you millions of dollars guaranteed into where you at now.
I mean, I don't think money is an issue with him.
But not with Shadur. But let me tell you something. You got that kind of money, you trying to hold on to it.
That's true.
Trying to make no dollars because you don't want to say the right thing or not.
That's true. That's true.
Yeah.
No, but man, Chief, we appreciate you as always, man. We're gonna go ahead and respond to you when we hang up here, man. We appreciate you calling in once again, bro.
All right, G. I see
all right, bro.
In your eyes, brother. I'm coming for you.
Nah, man, just
coming for you.
Difference of opinion. That's all.
All right, brother. I like that. 3 minutes right on the nose. But man, what Chief was saying, man, I get it to the point where you need to walk a thin line. But again, the man's confidence isn't arrogance. There's a difference between what Shedur's doing is just confidence in himself. Like, bro, I'm confident. Y'all don't want me. Is it a bad thing for a quarterback to be confident? A little edge on the cocky side? Like, bro, come on. I've seen what you did for 4 years. Come and do it here. Back the talk up like your father did. Allow him that opportunity to get that same opportunity to, back up the talk like his father did. You know what I mean? That's my biggest point, man. But needing to play this role and play the drum, like, come on, man. I don't need to do all that to be successful or get drafted and not be tortured to the point where I'm going down from a top day 1 pick to a day 3 pick, bro. That's just ridiculous, bro. That's just ridiculous. But anyway, Brew, G, you got anything else? Because the draft is starting, and I'm pretty sure we all finna be trying to tune in here.
Yeah, man. I don't really have too much, man, except that, there was a lot of other players who had a lot of other things going on. And, I didn't think this kid, I look at him as being squeaky clean. I don't think it had anything to do with how poised he was or how he looked or how he spoke, man. I just think it was just this other stuff that's in the background that hasn't come to the forefront. And it ain't about this kid's character, man.
True.
That's my belief.
No, man, I agree with you, man. But y'all, be safe, man. Enjoy your Saturday. Enjoy the rest of this draft. We're gonna be live again tomorrow. We're gonna go over the draft.
Somebody else trying to call in. Somebody named L. I don't know if you want to do that one.
Oh, we'll take one more L. The phone number is 904-248-8287. 904-248-8287. We'll make you our last caller. Allow you to get your 3 minutes in, and then we'll wrap this thing up, man. So go ahead and call in.
Yeah, man,
I know you're not going to hear G. G hears you, but you're not going to hear G.
Oh, shit.
Hold on, brother. Hold on. It went straight to my headphones. Hold on. Why's my phone doing this? All right, bro. There you go.
Yeah. How you doing, brother? I want to give you guys a shout out, man. The way that you broke the situation down was dope. I'll just make it quick because I know everybody want to go watch the draft. My opinion on this is simple. Deion is just in a bad position. If he, how can I say this without being rude? Because we got to go. Shedeur Sanders, we already been overanalyzed it. You guys have said a lot, but now my position is this. I think that the NFL won't draft him. Because now if you draft him, whatever message you tried to send, now you pulled back on it. Yep. You undermined your own Dracula, fangs, wolf energy. Like whatever you decided to do to show everybody, we the law around here. If you draft him, now that kind of pulls back on that.
Yeah.
Goodell is in the middle. He like, man, this is a public relations nightmare. Now, a lot of people, and I've been listening to the other streams, they're saying, man, why Deion ain't saying nothing? My opinion on that is this. He got to let the whole thing play out. Now, this is the last day. Now, if the boy don't get drafted or LeJohntay or none of them other kids at CU, it kills the narrative. This is a conclusion of this 4-year process that started when Deion came back and did the HBCU to see if he could guide these kids to the other side. If he can't do that, and they see that, oh man, it's nasty work. Yeah. I fully expect, if I'm a veteran, I'm saying they don't draft none of the kids. Travis had to be super, to get in. And I think that secretly, day one, he didn't really peak game. I think he peaked game yesterday. I think they've been having some calls. Monday, you'll see a statement. This is the last thing I'll say before I get off the phone. I think with Shedeur Sanders, I know a lot of y'all saying he could keep playing. Listen, man, that boy don't want to be no backup to nobody. And when the NFL put labels on you, bro, you know how that go. It never really leaves. So right now the leverage is really gone. At this point, he's not. If they was to pull this move on him in plain view of the whole country on national TV, who's to say what they gonna do if a team do take a chance? And now you're dealing with all that. I think that Deion is just I know you might not agree with this. I think they may shut it down and just sue him. I know y'all might think I'm tripping, but at this point, let's be real. The kid's career is kind of over because the league did pass him 4-5 times. It's like, this is ridiculous. Now you got people who was Deion sexuals 2 months ago. Now when they talk, man, really, bro, he needs to go and call him G and start begging.
He cooking, yo. Hey, man, he cooking, man.
He cooking.
5 days ago.
He cooking.
Now y'all saying he got a bag. So you gotta understand, this ain't some average person. This is Deion Sanders, bro.
Yeah.
He's not finna go like that. What I think he's gonna do is say, look, Shadur, this is you the sacrificial lamb. I'm sad. I'm sorry, son, but we gotta make a move. And I think they call Benjamin Crump, somebody like that. Y'all could say it ain't gonna work. That's cool. That's cool. But right now, if he gonna do it, he gotta do it now. Because in 2, 3 weeks, 4 weeks, people not gonna care.
Mm-hmm.
And if they try to go the regular, the guy's cash. The situation is already messed up. Now you got to think. Look at Juju Lewis, all of them at Colorado. People is hitting the transfer for. They like, man, if he can't protect me, I'm cooked.
I'm cooked.
I thought this guy was the man. So why would I want to go to Colorado if I feel like listen, the Jimmy Horns of the world, all them kids, I feel the worst for them because now they seeing the guy we leave, he don't got the juice.
Mm-hmm.
He don't got it. They just separated Travis Hunter. You can just peep all that. So because I want to call early before y'all went on, but I do love the show, man. I'll come back, but I tell you this: time will prove if what I'm saying is correct. In several hours, if that boy ain't picked up, this will be the greatest FU that the NFL has done to a player ever on national TV to the son of one of the. I mean, this is
the greatest.
Massive.
Yeah,
this is massive. Now you gotta understand 48 laws of power. Crush your enemy. What? Totally. You gonna leave Deion Sanders, somebody as proud as that man, and play with his son on national TV? It's Saturday. Everybody at home watching this. I'm telling you, man, it's only one other way to go. And right now, I think Deion kind of sent it out through his little minions like Steve and they just to see how people would take to it. And it's getting, okay, we're going to roll with it. It's like a little tester. He got his friends in the offices. And then it becomes a situation where if he could get any proof, one snitch on the NFL level that could prove that they was coordinating, trying to freeze that boy out of lost weight, whatever, and you find an attorney with the balls to push that want to make a name for themselves out there,
mm-hmm.
man, it's up. Shedeur Sanders, I feel so sorry for him because it's over, man. Listen, when you got all them people who was quote unquote frenemies like Tom Brady and all that, saying, listen, man, they all and look, y'all all said it's impossible for all of them to get in one room. No, all it takes is 4 or 5. And when everybody see, they ain't stupid. Okay, well, we ain't gonna take us. We see what's going on. Y'all gotta understand how this goes. Now, Goodell ain't in on this. Goodell is not in on this. He worked for the owners. You know what I'm saying? So it's an ugly situation, man. So I appreciate you, brother.
No, absolutely.
I think that you should come back because you're one of the only platforms that's actually keeping it real about this. And listen, when you see normal people, I'm talking people, grandma, I'm seeing pastors on YouTube right now. People that don't know nothing about college football, talking about this, you got a problem when you got casuals, seriously, when you got casuals saying, why are you doing that boy like that? Like when you got the Baptist church crew involved in this, you got a problem. Bro, listen what I'm telling you. The NFL, and this the thing, that's what I'm saying, like they not dumb either. They know that either we gonna humble them and we ain't gonna pick him anyway, and he gonna have to play that game. And then, or Deion's proactive.
Mm-hmm.
He's proactive about everything. Look what just happened with the Virginia people. And he has set all that up. Man, that man gonna come out. Listen, man, big man gonna come out Monday morning and have that press conference. And listen, man, it's because you gotta think. If he don't do that, who the hell is gonna come play for Deion Sanders at Colorado?
Julian might leave.
You said what?
Julian might leave.
Man, listen.
Julian will leave.
Listen, they text him that. Look, if he can't protect his own damn son, this is the nastiest situation ever. And watch this. This was so crazy. Cam Ward, who went number 1, and train with Shadur, man, even he's speaking out about it. Like he's speaking like it's so obvious. People is using this as a publicity stunt, like to the point where the damn president is talking about this. No matter how you feel, this is the number one topic right now. One of the top topics.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah.
And the thing about Deion Sanders, what I'm saying, like, you want the spotlight? Here you go. This is a fork in the road. Depending on how he play this situation, is either he gonna, either he gonna be a slave or he gonna be free. Now it's no in between. He gonna boss up or die. And I know y'all think this ain't too deep like that. Listen, bro, the black quarterback that got the arrogance not arrogance, but the confidence, they have all but shut that down. Next year, you ain't gonna hear none of them boys like a rat piss on cotton. First of all, it's gonna be the arch draft next year.
Rat piss on cotton.
What I'm saying is, they have checked that 100%. And right now, this is a legacy move. I'm telling you what I think is going to happen. He's just going to say, you know what? Let's just put a LiAngelo ball. Hey, come on. We're going to shut it on down. You can rap. You can do a podcast, co-line, or something else. And we just sue these people. Because now, even if you wanted to do the old Eli thing, they just sold them for nothing. They got them dirt shit. It's no money. You would have been more be in that Colorado.
Yep. And I have money bigger.
They drove the brick down to such a degree, he don't got nothing to leverage with. Now, it's like, how do you recover? You can't, Jesus gonna save me. It's like, this is still a business. And he know that, and that's what I'm saying. I think he got that team over there. They just sitting there. They was making that plan. Shadur already know the play. So he kind of just rolling with it. But truth be told, I would like for you to come back, brother. I donate to see that happen because, trust me, if that boy don't get drafted today, which I don't think he will, every podcast in the country is going to be fired up talking about, because now it's like, damn, what you going to do?
Mm-hmm. I like that.
It's unprecedented, so appreciate it, brother, and I'll speak to you soon.
Hey, man. Hey, you cook, but we had a 3-minute rule. You broke it. We don't let you break it, man.
You don't even got the other part of that, Rick George. Now he got to look down. If this boy can't get these kids to the league, we done already retired the jersey, made everybody mad in our base, and he can't get the job done. That makes it look a little weird to him. Remember, the recruits coming to get to the league.
Absolutely.
They ain't spending the NIL money like that. Hunter is gone.
Yep.
He gone. They got him. They done cuffed him out. They say, hey, you ain't going down. Remember, Deion said we gonna do a big thing together in Colorado. Man, I said, nigga, you going, excuse my language, you going up there to Green Bay. And they look, man, I'm telling you, this is a public lynching. I hate to say lynching because our people, went through a lot. We love everybody, obviously. But this is unprecedented. And I pray that he gets drafted. Now watch this. One last thing. If they do take the boy on we're gonna take him. And some teams say, you know what, out of pity, let's do it. Now they gotta deal with the media, the scrutiny.
Oh, it's coming.
Don't get to play.
It's coming.
And the true people that's in the league that don't want him in, now they gotta deal with the good old boy network. Nobody gonna take that risk. So now, if he go UDFA, I'm telling you, if he don't get drafted, Monday morning, you're going to see him with Benjamin Crump, with Tony Busby, some law firm. And they're going to say, you know what, Shadur, you wasn't going to, because now it's over. You might as well just crack them on the Kaepernick side and just run away, because you got Meek Mill, you got Wiley, you got every rapper. The president, you ain't going to get hotter than this moment. And Deion is the marketing genius out of all of this. He know it. He know, man, they done ran my son's stock into the ground. We might as well crack these people and just be celebrities at this point, because it's over, man. And then you got to think if the Jimmy Horns of the world don't get hit, because now, and that boy ran a 4.3. It's not looking like none of them finna get. So now you just got a bunch of these kids. It's really whether they're gonna XFL it Nobody like they not if he because you gotta think if he get one kid in there, it's a success.
Yeah.
All them kids follow back, and I'm telling you, this is a conclusion to the narrative. When he flipped that boy Travis, when he did that, that was when that X was on his back. They're like, "Oh, you gonna do all that? You revolutionize the college football? You want to do the spring game with the brother Fran Brown? All of this stuff." And it's just a sad situation for Shadur because his career is essentially over. No team is gonna deal with it, and they all gonna give the compliments while you're getting whipped in the back. So I love you, and hopefully it's a better result. I don't want to be doom and gloom, but I promise you, at this point, you about to see the revenge of Deion Sanders. I love you, brothers. Peace.
Hey, man, appreciate it, London, man. We appreciate the call, boy. Call in next time.
We back. Okay.
Yes, sir. I had to let that man cook.
Yeah, he way to close it out, man. Way to close it out, man.
That man
couldn't close it out with a better caller,
out.
man.
We closed it out, man. Shout out London, man. Great take. I think London came through as his name, so he had L here. So I'm assuming name is London. But hey, we appreciate you guys. We're gonna go ahead and wrap this thing up. Finish the draft. Enjoy the draft. We're gonna be here tomorrow. We're going to wrap up the draft all 3 days, have a couple of other topics to discuss, and get you guys' viewpoint on that, man. We appreciate you guys showing the hell out in the chat, showing up in the likes, comments, the shares, the call-ins. All of that stuff was amazing. Myself, G, Bruce, we all appreciate you. Apparently, Caesar appreciates y'all more because he destroyed Bruce's house. That's why Bruce had to leave. So we appreciate you guys, man. So, G, you got any last thing you gonna say?
Man, that's everything, man. Thank you guys for y'all support, and we can't wait to see y'all next time. Tomorrow, man. We're gonna see you guys tomorrow, man. So be safe, man. Peace.